The little girl's fingers brushed against the glass window of the toy store, her eyes sparkling at the rows of pink boxes lined neatly behind it. A dozen Barbies smiled back at her, each one more perfect than the other. "Mama, that one," she whispered, her tiny finger pointing at a Barbie dressed like a doctor, her white coat shining under the display lights. Her mother, Emily, froze. She smiled weakly, hiding the pain behind her eyes. "We'll see, sweetheart," she said softly. But deep down, she already knew, she couldn't afford it. Rent was due in 2 days, groceries were running low, and her part-time job at the diner barely covered their needs. A Barbie doll, even just one, was a luxury she couldn't reach for. That night, after putting her daughter Lily to bed, Emily sat by the kitchen table, her face buried in her hands. The bills lay scattered in front of her like silent reminders of her struggles. She looked around their small apartment, peeling wallpaper, flickering light bulb, the sound of the leaky faucet. Everything reminded her how hard she was trying to survive. "Maybe next year," she whispered to herself, her heart heavy with guilt. But Lily's 7th birthday was tomorrow, and Emily couldn't bear the thought of seeing disappointment in her little girl's eyes. The next morning, Emily packed Lily's school lunch with the last of the peanut butter and bread. "Happy birthday, my love," she said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. She had managed to tie a pink ribbon in Lily's hair, even if she couldn't give her the toy she wanted. At the diner, Emily tied on her apron and forced herself into a cheerful mood. It was a busy morning, coffee cups clinked, orders shouted, and customers rushed in and out. She wiped tables, smiled at everyone, and tried not to think about the small cake waiting at home, a single cupcake she had bought with her last $3. Around noon, a well-dressed man entered the diner. He looked out of place, tall, confident, wearing a suit that cost more than Emily's monthly rent. He took a corner booth, opened his laptop, and barely looked up when Emily approached. "Good afternoon, sir. What can I get you today?" she asked politely, pen poised over her notepad. "Just coffee." "Black," he said without looking at her. Emily nodded, refilled his cup when it emptied, and kept her distance. The man seemed lost in his work, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. But at one point, as she cleaned a nearby table, he overheard her talking quietly to another waitress about how she wished she could buy her daughter a birthday gift. "She loves Barbies," Emily whispered, half laughing to hide the ache. "But this month's just been too tight." "I told her, maybe next time." The man looked up then, watching her as she hurried off to the kitchen. Something about the way she said it, soft, resigned, full of love, hit him deeply. When he finished his meal, he asked for the bill. Emily wiped her hands and brought it over, smiling politely. But before she could thank him, he looked at her and asked, "It's your daughter's birthday today?" Emily blinked, embarrassed. "Oh, you heard that?" "Yes, sir. Just turning 7. She must be a wonderful kid," he said. "The best," Emily whispered. "She deserves the world." He smiled faintly, signed the bill, and left. Emily didn't look at it right away, she was too busy clearing the next table. But when she finally did, she gasped. The tip wasn't a few dollars, it was a stack of bills. A note was scribbled on the receipt: "Every child deserves a Barbie, and every mother deserves a break. Happy birthday to Lily. A friend." Emily covered her mouth, tears spilling down her cheeks. She ran outside, hoping to catch him, but he was already gone. She stood there in the sunlight, clutching the note, feeling a mix of disbelief and gratitude flooding through her. That evening, when Lily came home, Emily handed her a wrapped box. "Someone wanted you to have this," she said softly. Lily tore the wrapping open, and there it was. The Barbie in the white doctor coat. The same one she had dreamed of. "Mommy," she squealed, hugging her mother tightly. "She's perfect." "Thank you, Mommy." Emily just smiled, holding her daughter close. "You deserve it, sweetheart." What Emily didn't know was that the man who left the note wasn't just any customer, he was the CEO of a major toy company, and that diner visit had changed something in him too. That night, sitting in his office, he couldn't stop thinking about that mother's quiet strength and the little girl who just wanted a Barbie. The next week, Emily received a call from the diner manager. "There's someone here asking for you," he said. When she arrived, the same man stood waiting, smiling warmly. "Miss Emily," he greeted. "I hope your daughter enjoyed her birthday." "She did," Emily said softly. "You have no idea what it meant to us. I wanted to thank you." He held up a hand. "Actually, I wanted to thank you," he said. "I've been running a company for years, but I forgot what our toys really meant to people. You reminded me." Emily looked at him in confusion as he continued, "We're starting a new outreach program, helping single parents and underprivileged families. I'd like you to join our team. You understand people better than anyone I've met." Emily's eyes widened. "Me? I don't have a degree or," he smiled. "You have something better, Hart." Tears filled her eyes as she nodded slowly. That one moment of honesty, that whispered confession in a diner, had changed everything. A year later, Emily sat in her new office, helping families just like hers. Her daughter, now 8, sat in the corner drawing pictures of Barbie dolls, not just any Barbies, but ones with brown hair and aprons, doctors and dreamers, mothers and daughters. When reporters asked the CEO why he started the new foundation, he simply said, "Because one mother reminded me that love is the greatest luxury, and the best things we can give don't always come from stores." As the camera faded on Emily and Lily smiling together, the story left one message burning in the hearts of everyone watching: sometimes the smallest whisper of love can echo loud enough to change lives forever.